Komon-Tok, in case you don't know. Oh yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mamas alone. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salon. Anytime where you pay, anytime where you go, anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we for turn up Tangawan, inside Sierra Leone, let one big family, cause no place like home. In case you don't know, this not Komon-Tok. We'll bring information about salon. In case you don't know, this now Komon-Tok. We'll bring information about salon. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok.
We the talk and right, we the talk and play from Sierra Leone to everywhere. Oh yeah. Komon-Tok, come make me hear. From the streets of Freetown to the world beyond, we dey yarn about the things we dey hold strong. Political talks, we no go shy. Migration stories should no go die. Entertainment, we go dance to the beat. Health and well-being, make we rise from we sit. It's not a platform, we go speak the truth for the young and the old. Now we voice we do. Komon-Tok, you go hear me loud. We no go hide, we go make me proud. From Salon to the world, we dey stand tall. Come here we are. Now here we message for. Choice from politics to health, we stand firm. Migration revives, we come from
Yes. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to yet another very important segment where they come through the Komon-Tok platform. And just like any other day, we know they done with Komon-Tok. Well, tonight we turn our attention. We focus purely on the ECOWAS case. As we all know, this case gets a far-reaching implication for Sierra Leone democracy. And just so, if you not be ever know, there are a group of Sierra Leoneans where we take upon themselves, then can go a case, then go lay complaint to the regional bloc, the regional courts, whether the ECOWAS courts, and say what in the happen June 2023, they're not satisfied with that. Purely, they look for electoral justice. Well, they're different. This group, it look different from Samura group. Just gets that distinction there. But again, goodly. I don't know if it gets me loud and clear. Allah just confirm. Now they gets me loud and clear before. Now they gets you loud and clear. Allah just gets something clear. Now they get you loud and clear before we rush up quick one. Let's just confirm. I'll just confirm it, but they get you loud and clear. Now they get you loud and clear. We still wait for people and we'll give it thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Mohammed Dumbuya. All right, very well. All right. So again, we can't make the distinction. So this not a samurai in people, and you get different groups where they fit their own way. These are progressive Sierra Leoneans with thoughts and fitzy. Waiting them be witness and see based on their own findings, calculation, and observation, then feel say them for seek redress. Well, today we got one of them, the leading, I could say the policy analyst, the person where can shape the idea, where plenty pona, of course, go down about the name Wadi Williams, some of Nadosia, one or two interviews them, but now the first time this for Komon-Tok, they got a message for me. Say we not messenger, not so. We aim for usher for usher in the messages there. But anyway, if you just joining for the first time, want for use opportunity for welcoming a Komon-Tok with a different sign, with a YouTube, with a Facebook. And it's how you feel comfortable for what you please consider for do so. And if you just the join we on YouTube, one thing what we ask for, it's simple. You see what in? Click the subscribe button. And if you don't subscribe already, well, I think if you like or not so, if you don't if you like, because literally, that's not the least we can ask for. But anyway, I know some people do that all the time, so it just aside anyway. And of course, we can't just now for kind introduce the big man at the building. Me and Mr. Komon-Tok today that the 21st of January 2026. We can just now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This now Komon-Tok. In case you don't know. Oh, yeah. Whenever we pledge with love and loyalty to a sweet mamas alone. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go mix alone. Anytime where you pay, anytime where you go, anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we for turn up Tanga one, inside Sierra Leone. Let one big family, cause no place like home. In case you don't know, this not Komon-Tok. Where to bring information about Salone. In case you don't know, this not Komon-Tok. Where to bring information about Salone. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok. For education, entertainment, political affairs. Tune in Komon-Tok.
All right, so again, welcome one more time. And let's just use this opportunity now for welcome Mr. Wadi Williams on the other side of the platform. Welcome to the Komon-Tok platform. Of course, thousands of people in the watch you around the world. You got the platform, sir.
Good evening, fam. My name is Wadi Williams, and really it's a privilege for being on this platform here. And I thank you.
All right. Before we jump into this first, I want to build a case for let people understand, because this something, it seems to be novel in the history of Sierra Leone, in the sense for you see a group of citizens then decide for take their young government gonna court. So I want to 5 examples. India, the Kasavanda Bharati versus the state. In 1973, citizens and take up government, then take case against the government. If you check history, you go see it. The citizens then challenge the constitutional amendment of amendment that weaken the property and fundamental rights. That is one. And the outcome, the Supreme Court established back then the basic structure doctrine ruling that the parliament cannot alter the core principles of the constitution. That was a significant milestone. And again, another example we go bring South Africa, a treatment action campaign versus government. That is 2002. Civil society and citizens then sue the government over restricted access to HIV medication. It's something back where the Constitutional Court declares this treatment for be widespread. And that's another landmark case where you go and consider. Another one back where you go see the United States government by Brown Board and 1954. 1954, the Americans challenged the state's own terms of racial segregation in public places, and where in schools and other places, and the outcome, the Supreme Court declared segregation unconstitutional. That is 3 examples. And what does that tell you? The citizens enforced the court for dismantle the racial barrier. Number 4, Kenya Coalition Reform and Democracy 2017, then take up the government, they take the case of the government they sued the government anyway, like courts for interpretation of the results, and we see what to be happen. The Supreme Court be favor them, and we see how that be happen when at the first presidential election for let citizens and lead for let them overthrown. And the last one we will mention before we cut the Netherlands, Urenga Foundation versus Dutch, 2015 to 2019, where the government versus the citizens, and the citizen then take the case going to court, just like the similar case on climate change, where force more or less the court for force the government or look into climate issues there. Well, if you don't have anybody in TRT, you don't get the privilege. But I'll bring you come inside. Now we don't bring come a brief now. Why would I decide for take the government of Salongona court?
This is a dynamic question. First of all, let me explain, say, we do this as a matter of principle. Underpin ultimately doing that this concept of democracy. We take the view, say, in a democracy, we the people now, we decide who that for govern. And part of that process, now make with all the elections, so we can literally attest to who that we want. And the problem where we get under these circumstances, the problem where we face since June 2023, that we don't hold on gap, we don't go vote, we don't go make we voice known. Now they refuse for release that result. They refuse for actually let we hear what we actually say. As we stand today, despite the election taking place in 2023, up to today, we don't have the accurate disaggregated result. I mean, it's so scandalous, it's almost unforgivable. And what does that mean exactly? It means that we get an illegitimate government, which is holding on to power without actually attesting or articulating the will of the people of this nation. So now on that principle, then we as citizens, we were now Salon citizen, we were vote in this election, we did demand say, you know what, we don't vote. Give me the result. We did it. Let me see what we actually say. It's not enough for just can't tell me saying that so without the evidence for support them figures. So now that was the beginning. Because we feel, say, in a democracy, legitimacy of a government must be based on the will of the people. Now, on that basis, one of the issues is that the results were not released properly. To this day, the government hasn't seen fit, and the ECSL not see fit for giving the disaggregated results, so we can see exactly what we would say.
Okay, if I can jump in, we don't count many political analysts, politicians, where don't make it clear. See, it has never been the norm in the history of Sierra Leone for the Electoral Commission to release disaggregated data. It has never been. In fact, then just to do a sum up. So what you go say about that? So why this?
First of all, I don't think.
Why do you guys need to insist that they must release disaggregated data when they have never done so?
No, well, actually, this is perhaps, it's a bit of sophistry to say the results have not been released. In the 2018 elections, we did have access to actually votes cast in a disaggregated manner. The Constitution allows for those results to be posted, and indeed they were. I mean, I have documents now that broke down the voting patterns, the actual votes that were given in every single constituency. And this was one of the biggest facts that we used to press this case forward. In 2018, we had the data. We could actually tell you who voted, where, how many votes were received by the various candidates in their respective constituency, et cetera, right down to the percentage of votes that was obtained by the people who stood. That has not been made available in the 2023 elections. And this is what I think we need to focus on clearly. The idea that, okay, they've not, yes, go on, you were going to say something.
Yeah,
the idea that they disaggregated voting.
Okay, that's not your point. That the commission they tell you say, then they go by book, they go by precedent, they go by waiting. They no one go off scripts because they no one put anything new. This is their argument anyway, and I'm sure you must have heard some of them
Yes.
presenting that argument. Now, when I don't take this case, Kegona ECOWAS, what in
Yes.
ECOWAS they do now?
Right. We took the case to ECOWAS, and it was founded on these particular principles. One, in fact, prior to our going to ECOWAS, and the only reason why we were able to go to ECOWAS, because some citizens of Sierra Leone had already gone to the courts here in Sierra Leone, demanding and requesting the release of this data. In fact, two prominent individuals, lawyer Magai, Esquire, and lawyer Mara, Esquire, took it to the court for inviting them to release this information to them. The case was dismissed, wasn't even heard properly. Now, the way things are, from the moment the courts here, the moment they'd exhausted the options here, we then had the opportunity to take it further to ECOWAS. Now, let me just make this particular point very clear. What was done then was a request under freedom of information. They submitted a case for freedom of information to have this data released. The court simply refused to listen or hear or address this matter. And that allowed us now to take it to a higher court, which was ECOWAS, on two grounds. Human rights issue, because actually in terms of human rights, we have the right in a democratic, due to democratic dispensation, we have a right to demand to have this result. And a constitutional issue, because our constitution actually allows us to make that demand on the government and the ECSL. Now, to show you the validity of this, not only did ECOWAS accept our case, but it gave the government of Sierra Leone 30 days to respond. Otherwise, they would issue a default judgment, i.e., they would literally accept what we had said and they would make a judgment on the basis of that. The 30 days came and was expired. The government not been calm with anything, not able to say anything for the 30 days. So about 60 or 65 days after we'd submitted our brief, the government then responded to say, well, the delay was that apparently the lawyer or the lawyers that were available were ill, unable to address it in time within the given time. And so they made a response out of time. And what did they say? The first thing was that apparently we had no locus standi. What I mean, say we had no standing in this issue. Now, I don't want to rehearse the whole issue now, but obviously, Omano said that was a nonsense because basically, we have standi. We had the people that were involved were people that are Sierra Leone citizens, people that are registered voters, and people that voted. And you cannot get a stronger standing than that. So there's no question that we had local standi. They also said that, in fact, the courts had no jurisdiction over this issue. Well, the courts accepted our brief. They obviously considered that they have a standing on this matter. And they gave the government of Sierra Leone 30 days to respond. So on both those questions of local standi, of having a standing, the courts accepted that we had a standing. That was one. Secondly, the government of Sierra Leone tried to argue that the court itself did not have jurisdiction over this issue because the issue had to be a human rights issue. Well, actually, our case stands on two pillars. Human rights, because the ECOWAS court and the ECOWAS statutes actually considers the question of elections and voting and so on as a human rights issue. That's a right that we have as human beings within the context of the statutes and laws of ECOWAS. And of course, it's a constitutional issue because the Sierra Leone Constitution takes a particular stance with regards to these elections.
Yeah, we don't establish on this. So what's in people in Guam for know now that what side the case did now? Is it that they don't dismiss the case away, or is it that I don't defer until a time where a hearing go open up? What is the current status or before the court? What's not the current status?
Right.
Now you
The
say
current status is,
the government don't respond. What is the current
yes,
status?
the government has responded out of time. And as a result, we are now, as it were, responding to the government's response. We're saying to the courts, they need to make a default judgment. They need to make a judgment on the facts that currently exist. And that is where we're at the moment. The government, as I said, then response say we didn't have local stand-I. The courts has dismissed that. Of course, we have a local stand-I. I mean, as I speak to you, I'm not only a registered voter. I voted, and there's evidence of that. I'm registered as a voter. I'm domiciled in Sierra Leone, and I was domiciled here before, during, and after the elections, and I'm still here. So the question of local stand-I cannot stand, is of no relevance to the case in this issue. And I think we get to understand this. The fact that the government's defense was that we don't have a local stand-I tells us that the government basically has no defense against our case. That is one. Secondly, the government may argue, say, the court has no jurisdiction. Well, the court, by accepting the case, accepts it and get jurisdiction over this matter. So on the two main pillars on which the government responded, clearly it has no basis. And your question you ask, whose side we there now? Well, what we there now, we're actually presenting to the court the reasons why they should make a default judgment. That is why. In other words, we're going through exactly what I've told you now for them to make a default judgment. And that is where we're at the moment.
What are you guys open to achieve from this effort?
That is a remarkable question. Okay, I will be as brief as I can. One, we are demanding of the court to issue an order demanding and ordering the Sierra Leone government to release that data, to release the result. And look, when we say about the result, we're not saying anything new here. Beaucoup people, from the American ambassador to various other people, have come and said, look, there has been no result. How you go get an election, a general election, a presidential election, and two plus years on, we still don't have a result? I mean, it's not just an anomaly. It's an absurd situation.
If I can jump into that, what about the people who they accuse una say una na samura una the faithful? What are you guys going to say with this level of accusation that you are actually fighting for Samura Kamara? Open that perhaps when you succeed, you can get ministerial position.
No, please. That is almost slanderous. I begin this comment by saying we are operating on a basis of principle. This is not about Samura. It's not about Madabio. It's not about SLPP. It's not about APC. It is about we as citizens of this nation demanding that the government, the legitimate government of Sierra Leone, has to have explicit and transparent support of this nation. Now that democracy means. This is not a Samura issue. This is not a Madabio issue. This is an issue about this nation. We will say we are Salon citizens now. We have every right for determining who that for government. And none of this tomfoolery can divert us from that point. Believe you me. So it doesn't matter to us. For example, when we say we want the result, for example, the result can come and they say, in fact, Madabin gets 56%, which is what the ECSL said. Or it can come and say, Madabin not get 56%.
I was just going to ask
come and say neither parties have 56%.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. I was just going to ask you if they release that's the result no more they satisfy una, and no matter what kind of how una go verify the authenticity of any result. So then go maybe sometime perhaps then we'll say, okay, you need result, this is the result. How will you guys verify those those results to be authentic?
The RRF forms that were signed by both, not just the SLPP, but the observer. There were the RRF forms that were signed by the various parties, the observer.
Right. So family, apologies. I think they're using phone and call the car inside, and of course, naturally they disturb. We get a lot for Ask Naya, and apart from
Okay.
this, I don't know if they get we. They get we. Wadi Williams, they get we. All right. So fam will lobby get a small chance. Let it sorts himself out there. I believe now call car inside because I read the sound. Okay. So now we get a small chance. It definitely will join we. It's very interesting, conversation. Yeah. As these are the people that the progressive will take the Sierra Leone government going to court. And one of the arguments with them puts now that the 2023 election will be take place result no day. So they want to let ECOWAS courts interpret for them within the law say whether they go okay, I don't know if you're in the council. All right. Whether I mean something where they go pay attention to for reverse and back. We don't give instances of people then organizations and we don't take governments then gonna cut. Give 5 examples. So under the sun, everything is possible. And new for we, honestly, now the first thing is where we for Sierra Leoneans and we say citizens and say, okay, we'll take the government gonna court on election business specifically on election business. So these are the people that we be the champion and then get a message where one can learn from. Lord, we just patient a little bit more. It will come inside. I will take short break and I'll try for reach and behind the scene where they come. I miss nothing about this conversation. Where they can, yeah? All right.
Not of your sensation. Get ready to groove, dine in style. And with dance and platform show where elegance meets energy and the future takes flight. A night to dine, a night to dance, a night to launch and take a chance on June 13th. Step into the scene, all Saint Central, where the moment becomes magic. Where the moment becomes magic.
An unforgettable convergence. Celebrate the official launch of our book and platform in an atmosphere charged with music, flavor, and inspiration. This is not just an event, it's a movement. Komon-Tok platform. Event details.
Well, grand dinner dance, book and platform launch Saturday, June 13, 2020. Swear Olsen Community Center, 105 New Crossroad, London, say 14, 5 DJ. Tickets.
Early bird.
Beast now.
Standard at the gate.
Yes now.
Spectrum.
Show your support.
You gonna early bird.
London, say
All right. Okay. So, Pambo, the date step I'm closer. Not so. Please don't forget to consider for the prepare. Not so. As that would be. Yeah. I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah. All right.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's
how
okay.
things
It's
are.
okay. Yeah.
What you having says? Yes, go on.
Go ahead. You be there. Yeah, be the flow. Go ahead.
Okay. The point I was making is this: that we take the view, say, this is beyond political parties. This is beyond pursuit of individual power. In fact, if say the result then come in and say Mara and his party did acquire 56%, then let me say this: I will be the most abject apologist for casting aspersions on the integrity of this current government. Believe me. I mean, I will hold my hands up, and as far as I'm concerned, I will even retire from politics if necessary. If it turns out that Mara, in fact, did receive 56%. However, if they did not receive 56%, then I'll be a relentless opponent to this government, because the government would have to stand down because they did not meet the constitutional requirement.
Okay. All right.
If it turns
Thank
out
you.
one moment, let me just finish this point because it's important that we clarify this point with
All right,
regards Samora and Mara. I really am indifferent to who actually wins, as long as whoever wins meets the constitutional requirement. So, for example, if Mara didn't have 56% and doesn't have 55%, then he must stand down. If it turns out that Samora actually got 55%, then he must be given the keys to State House. If neither of them meet the threshold, then we have to have, if you like, a runoff and or a rerun. It's as simple as that. It's as clear as that. And really, that would have solved the problem had we taken this route from get-go. The results can ensure that we have a legitimate government. The problem we have now, the problem we get right now, is that we have a fundamentally illegitimate government that does not have what I call the democratic mandate that is necessary.
If I may pose this question to you, if ECOWAS rules against the government, do you think the government will comply? Do you think the the ECOWAS, has that actually enforce, that enforcement capacity or capability in our favor? I'm just being hypothetically. I'm just thinking.
That is the $1 billion question. Now, at issue here is this. Let's not forget that currently Sierra Leone is in the chair of ECOWAS.
Yeah.
Therefore, Sierra Leone has extensive influence within that organization. If ECOWAS actually insists on standing on the side of justice, if ECOWAS insists, then I'm sure that the Sierra Leone government, despite the problem it'll feel, will perhaps, in my view, stall for time, probably appeal the judgment. But what they cannot do is ignore the judgment. And insofar as ECOWAS actually does make a judgment that, in fact, Sierra Leone should release the data, well, ask Gunnar, how can the Salon government look the ECOWAS na the eye? ECOWAS said, when I release the data, and Salon government said, no, they're not it one. Okay. I mean, just imagine what that means in terms of political reality now. I mean, it'd be absurd.
That's a good. I want to out something, a very good point, Anaya. The government of President Bill almost there in 2 years, 2.5 years, going to 3 years, slow. So, what is left to fight for? If somebody want to ask, why would I not go just say, okay, no, we just wait for 2028 election and be more vigilant and be more robust and make sure that the wrongs of 2023 must not repeat itself again.
Precedent. A nation that will accept what could well be a horrendous theft of the election is a nation that's almost doomed to disaster. A nation cannot, if we not be no say this thing happened, if we not be no say this government is illegitimate, if we not be no say this government not getting the 6%, then okay, we can say we go sit down, we wait. But if then you take a now, it's almost clear to most people say they're not being get the required vote. And we don't hear people then our government they talk to them for the next 70 years. We don't hear people they talk say they can never hand over power to the opposition. They have made it clear they have no intention to respond to the people's will. They not care about the people's will. That is what we have to understand. And these are leaders of the current regime. We don't make it clear, say they intend to hold on to power for as long as possible. And look, so one of them referred to the issue in Mexico. One party hold power in Mexico for 70 plus years. They're claiming that as an example of which they want to do. So let me know from now. If they can do it and they do so now, it's pure fantasy for things say by 2028 they're going to say, well, okay, we don't eat well food now, when I can't take over. It will not happen. And if you see what they do now with this constitutional amendment, they're already preparing the ground for
Okay,
that.
we'll come on the constitutional amendment. That's not the second part of the conversation. I just want to round up this first phase of the ECOWAS case. What's in the next? When is the next hearing? Because we not say we're all in a court, but what's in ECOWAS saying? What are the next phase? What are the next hearing? When is the next hearing?
Well, we are in the process now of submitting our response to the government's response. We're actually demanding that they make a default judgment, because the government has no case. It really has no case. It can't claim to have released this data. It can't claim to have met its constitutional requirements, if you will, or constitutional mandate. It's not able to make that claim, because simply the results are nowhere to be found. And in an election, we expect the results. So I don't think Siden can say much at all. The issue, and I think this is what you touch on just now, what will the government response be should the ECOWAS courts decide to release this data? Yeah. Now, as I said, I anticipate there will be appeals and attempt to stall this matter. But it's important that we set a precedent. And the precedent cannot be, say, any government will feel for keep election, it can keep the election. We cannot allow that to be written in.
All right. So now I get your point. One just sets up a precedent, whether one will succeed for actually force the government for releasing disaggregated data or not. At least less people, let the government know, say people know they watch. Is that? I think I don't mute. Now we just fumble. Now we just patient again. Wadi Williams. If you just joining on the program, today we look at ECOWAS court's case against the government. Progressive Sierra Leoneans and take the government going to court for the previous election, for the past election rather, the June 23 election, where then they want use courts for force the government for releasing disaggregated data. Government don't respond. The Sierra Leone government don't respond to ECOWAS. Say they don't get any, local standing. They don't get even sort of like they don't get the mandate, or they don't get the right for even challenge. And this, even the courts themselves not get this. The arguments where the government puts. But Wadi Williams and colleagues and believe say there will be they want a default judgment, because the 30 days for so them be key, as soon as we don't have 30 days for the ECOWAS the court. Now 30 days ECOWAS give Sierra Leone government for respond, and they not respond, up to 60 days, and then count excuse say the people over undo those files then be say, whatever excuse them be able to give, well, then be respond and give some of them say the court first, then challenge the court for saying not get that kind of authority, then challenge the people and successive way, we raise a concern. But for the fact that ECOWAS, in their own wisdom, they accept I feel say there is a case, because not of stupid people, they're also full man and they now lawyer them back, seasoned lawyers, and then are places and they. If I know say this case, ordinary common sense, say this not get no nothing for do with it. I will simply advise the person say, say take this case, go now other court. But ECOWAS accept this case where Wadi Williams and colleagues and Kego on behalf of Sierra Leoneans and we dispute the result, we stand still say the one gets the disaggregated. And what's in the time for explain, you go join me shortly back. They say they know they forfeit for a particular entity, not to Samora Kamara in defense for, not to SLPP in defense for, not to APC in defense for, and just one set up a precedent, like be say people then go just sit down, they make results, and then Sheba and give say that the result is now that make them take the case, go to court, then can go the matter to ECOWAS, may go interpret the law. And of course, this will be some we answer the implication. Waiting will happen, and that's make with the type of press that we know when they will call this case, not so because I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if not so then 6 months, I don't say small, and we want result because the current government they don't do 2 years 6 months. 2 years 6 months rather, something like that. They not just put on 3 years that they go so small, kele, and very soon We dey talk about election, we dey talk about campaign. But that be only for 2 years and 2.5 years. By the time they go dition to in third, fourth year, na campaign year, na talk. But again, Wadi Williams says it's about principle, it's about precedent. Now they at least in the aim for achieve, So Fambul, it will be an interesting one. Lord, just patient. Let's have a reach and back behind the scene. But they can't just now. No go no side. This is now Komon-Tok platform. But they can just now.
Your sensation. Get ready to groove, dine in style, and witness a groundbreaking debut. It's the dinner, dance, and platform show where elegance meets energy and the future takes flight. A night to dine, a night to dance, a night to launch and take a chance on June 13th. Step into the scene, All Saints Central, where the moment becomes magic. Where the moment becomes magic.
An unforgettable convergence. Celebrate the official launch of our book and platform in an atmosphere charged with music, flavor, and inspiration. This is not just an event, it's a movement. Komon-Tok platform. Event details.
What? Grand dinner dance, book and platform launch Saturday, June 13, 2020.
Fumble, we wait for him. It's time for logging back. It's time for logging back. It's time for logging back. I think, as always, we are challenged. Network na salon, I know, we need for the used to that, But we not get we not get option because sometimes we need these people, then progressive voices for calm once in a while and can help we expand and understand. For this case, personally, I appreciate the effort we then do. Whether ECOWAS will rule in favor of them or the government, we go find out soon. If you ask me about ECOWAS credibility, it's questionable, not so in terms of how for protect democracy, but in the justice system, we don't know it. Not so we don't see ECOWAS rule in favor of Samsumana. Samsumana about be careful when them be firing in boss and then boss we fire. You go to ECOWAS and they win the case, not so. And we see another group of Sierra Leone and then Kego a matter back now ECOWAS. I know you remember those. I think about human rights violation or issue like that. And so then they get favorable reply from the court. So we don't get like incidents then privately, we're not connected into elections where ECOWAS don't more or less favor or rule against the government of Salone. And this now we don't know it. We don't know if ECOWAS go rule in favor of Wadi Williams and in progressive team, or perhaps then go uphold, then go, take the government side, say this not internal matter, that they need for discussion or handle internally. So we don't know. But we go keep on posted, and we definitely go bring calm the latest version of it. Again, I put sooner. I can't take short break again. Last time for caller. If you're not able to get her, what you will do, we go put on loudspeaker, like continue conversation, because we not only want tap with ECOWAS, we also want touch on the constitutional review. As you see, what he begin talk, he say they don't set the pace, they don't set more or less, they don't lay the foundation or do another thing where suspicious according to Ram. So let me just take back short break, and I will try to see the best option what we go do for Wadi Williams. If you just join the program, this is Komon-Tok. Today we look at ECOWAS court patrol. We ask the question: is Sierra Leone democracy facing its biggest test? Well, we don't know it until time. So we can just now.
And out of your vibration. Get ready to groove, dine in style, and witness a groundbreaking debut. It's the dinner, dance, and platform show where elegance meets energy and the future takes flight. A night to dine, a night to dance, a night to launch and take it.
Okay, I think we don't get some back. I think we
Hello,
don't get you
Komon-Tok.
back. Yeah, we get you loud and
I don't know
clear.
what's in the happen with this thing. It seems to have a mind of its own. Excellent. Yes.
All right. Yeah. So my
You know,
question, my
if I was
interest.
paranoid, I remember saying that there's a plan to interrupt this thing.
Yeah, I'll decide for ask when not the dates. What is, I mean, because people want to know when ECOWAS will make a decision, or I mean, for time. Time is of the essence. That not be the question. We be on.
Yes. Yes. We anticipate within the matter of weeks as opposed to months. They will be in a position to make a decision because the issue is relatively straightforward. Did the government of Sierra Leone meet the constitutional requirements? Did it meet the human rights issue that are relevant to ECOWAS? The answer to that is simply no, it has not. The question is, and all we're asking from ECOWAS is to order the government to release the relevant information, the relevant results and data. Now that no more. We not asked ECOWAS for do anything extraordinary. Simply say, we as citizens, we vote now, so we want the result. You don't. It's as simple as that. What is at issue is the consequence that will flow from the release of these results. But yeah, let's just make this point. When I really feel, say, if the government, the regime, feel say they actually get 56%, you think that they're not going to ensure that they don't release their figures. The reluctance to release those figures itself is profound circumstantial evidence. Say then SEP no say they don't get that figure. Then SEP no say they are totally illegitimate. Imagine this. Look what we don't get for go through. This country I don't get for go through. Questioning the legitimacy of this government. All side people and non-pass all kind of a thing they happen. And you feel say if the government be get in their vote, they're not able to say, look, but look, now the result is not quiet. We get 56%. You know why they don't do it? Because they know perfectly well they don't have 56%, that they are basically illegitimate and a fraud. Simple. Let me not begin massage this issue, make it clear. You know, and that is the point. And I sure say even Komon-Tok, I think you can see the logic of this position. A government will don't get to go through all this pressure, yeah. If they can get the data for sure, say they get 56%, from get-go, they will don't say, but look, we're not quiet. Look at the result, my asshole. We get 56%. They don't do it because they don't have it. And that is, let me not begin pretend, say, well, let me see, don't 2028 or 20, whatever. Because you cannot run a government, you cannot run a nation, you cannot build a nation based on the quicksand of fraud. You cannot run a nation based on the quicksand of electoral theft. Now that's what we deal with, Naya. We have a government that is illegitimate.
Yeah, thank you very much. So if you just join the program, we look at ECOWAS court case with the progressives, and as Wadi Williams until we see it, and they anticipate and they expect to get ruling within weeks, not months. Did I hear you well? I get you.
Yes, yes.
You say well, they expect to get a ruling within weeks, not months.
Yes, we first of all, these are the two things that are in play. We're submitting our response to this whole issue and requiring that ECOWAS actually enforce the default judgment. That is what we say. Now, in our view, it'd be difficult for ECOWAS to deny that, since Nadensep Binon say the government should respond within 30 days. The government not do that. Furthermore, when the government eventually respond, I think after 60 or 65 days, then come and say, oh, we not get local standard. Well, of course we get local standard. You talk to post. I am number one in the brief as a plaintiff. Of course, I have local standard. Adea, I register for vote now, so I vote now, and I request and demand the result. You couldn't get a stronger case of local standard.
Okay.
So we can dismiss that aspect of the government.
All right, thank you very much. So we go with the kind of the other parts of the program and the constitutional review, and I'm sure you get for help will understand certain things and they clearly. So family, if you just join me, this is the program Komon-Tok. We of course the broke the ECOWAS case and the progressive Sierra Leone government versus the progressive. Will they take short break where we can continue the other side of the program? Break I'm just now.
Not of pure sensation. Get ready to groove diamond style and witness a groundbreaking debut. It's the dinner, dance, and platform show where elegance meets energy and the future takes flight. A night to dine, a night to dance, a night to launch and take a chance on June 13th. Step into the scene, All Saints Central, where the moment becomes magic. Where the moment becomes magic.
An unforgettable.
All right, yes, so we don't count out the other parts of the program, and these are the second one where we give a kind of look. You be less concerned about the constitutional review where they take place, where from what we get Constitution 1991, now when they come close to a point of even more or less gets the, I would say, the conviction say we will potentially get a new constitution, perhaps by the end of by the end of Madabio in time. But we're not happy with certain things. What is your concern regarding the constitutional review that you want to share with the public?
The concern beaucoup. Let's start at
yeah, go ahead.
Let's start at the issue of proportional representation, and we'll work through all the other issues. I think this is now one of the key factors in this whole drama. I think a case can be made for proportional representation. A case can be made, and I'll just briefly outline the case that can be made. Waiting we can get before first past the post is highly effective, if not two parties, then no more did it. Because in that case, in every single election, there will be somebody who will have that 50+% of the votes, if not two party no more did. The problem where we have 16, 17 parties in that side. In terms of the first past the post, theoretically, a party can win an election on 20% of the votes, assuming the other parties then get, I don't know, 5, 7, or 10% each. Which means, you can get somebody to represent people then with 25% of the vote. That means 75% of the electorate not vote for that person where they represent them. That is one of the flaws in first past the post where you get beaucoup party. The solution to that, and this is why proportional representation is important, is that with proportional representation, you're able to be more inclusive insofar as you get the seats you get is relevant to the number of votes where you receive. The problem they pan proportional representation is the issue of the threshold. What percentage you get before you enter that basis state? I think it was 11.9 or something.
But at this moment, it's just about consultation, no final determination, and not do it. So, what is the point of you guys raising?
I use that as example one. No, I use that as example one because that is the form of proportional representation that we had in the last election.
Okay.
Percent was the threshold. And that was designed to be extraordinarily high because that limits participation in parliament. As a result, a two-game party don't want in a parliament now.
Correct.
So instead of being inclusive, instead of giving us a broad spectrum of people in parliament, it's been reduced down to just two parties. In other words, we have a politics of duopoly. Now, instead of political dynamics, we become more exclusive. We've closed the political space. That needs to change. If we're going to have proportional representation, then we must look at how it is in other countries. We should say the threshold is 2-3% maximum. So if you're able to generate 2 or 3% of the electorate, you'll get 2 or 3% of seats.
Don't you think by just reducing the threshold to that BRS minimum, for example, 3% or 4%, that would create unnecessary tension? People who have, I mean, the parliament will be overcrowded, and there will be maybe, too much noise, making it probably difficult to carry out any substantial or strategic and, business, government business.
No, I think look, different democratic countries so far that have a form of proportional representation. But the issue is this: don't forget, the idea of parliament is to represent the will of the nation. To represent the will of the nation. It is in that body that the nation speaks to itself about what it wants for itself. So let me not begin to say now only two parties can do that. By having proportional representing legislature from actually making decisions about this nation can be included in that process. And that is how you go about developing good governance. And that should be the key way we look at. What is the most effective and efficient way of ensuring we have democratic good governance?
It's a journey.
Yes?
It's a journey concern. Apart from the proportional representation aspect
Yes.
where you raise, what do you feel say again gets a problem with it? With this constitutional review, what is the next? Or I mean, what's another concern you probably?
I said Bokuti. Like, for example, they say part of what they say. Just to give you one example about the restriction of political space, they say if party no win election on two cycle, then for the register, we tend to forget it. The objective of party is not simply the winning of elections. We're supposed to educate the public. For example, now you can't.
I agree with you on this one. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
That is a fundamental issue. To reduce politics and political parties simply to the question of winning seats is to negate the whole idea, the whole concept of politics. Every party where operates in Ayana Salon, we all been careful agree say we are committed to educating the public. That was our first and primary objective. And now, because we don't fail in doing that, now I make people up to today, they still continue to vote along regional and tribal lines. Because in a sense, the political parties have failed to educate the public. That cannot be done if we say, if you know win seat in 2 elections, then it deregister you. We have to understand that the whole question of politics is a process. And the more politically educated our population is, the better government we will have, the better results we'll have in our nation. So that is one issue. I think that there's a fundamental flaw in this issue. Secondly, in many ways, we have begun to disassemble the whole structure. Now, for example, we have the amendments suggesting, for example, and this is just one example, that minority parties, apart from being deregistered, those that are not deregistered, are then almost given a veto power. So, in other words,
okay. What about the argument? What about the argument? What about the arguments where some people would say some of these parties deliberately, perhaps, they might have created, or probably behind the scene, they are being sponsored by the ruling government, just at least to create offset, you know, I mean, just to upset, you know, the opposition. I'll give you a typical example about Cole, APA, all political party, all political party chairman. The late, I think is now late.
Yes, association.
What's the name? I think James. No, not James.
Coca.
What's it?
Coca.
Coca. Thank you, Coca. Yeah, Coca
Coca.
was seen to in the line of the government, defending the government, supporting. In fact, there was a leak audio, you know, shared widely on social media. Of course, we play it several times here, supporting the government behind the scene that we are here for you. Hadn't be for us, APC will have squeezed you. You guys are so. That standpoint, you want to raise the issue, say some of them party they're not got no business in politics. Now for calm, just now angry belly party there.
Yes, look, it is in a sense one of the flaws of politics in Sierra Leone. But because of that, no means say if we now decide say no party them, no other parties then apart from the main parties will participate. Yes, there will be elements that have this particular taste for corruption, this taste to betray the will of the people. It's not unusual. However, the greater issue is to ensure parties that genuinely have a genuine standpoint, a genuine ideology, a genuine because say of people like Coca. Why should this nation merely bend to that as opposed to, I'll give you another example, say UP Femico party, for example, that is being absolutely clear, that has been staunch, that has been explicit in their standpoint vis-a-vis the politics in Sierra Leone. And so what I'm trying to say here is this: if we go along the route that invites political parties to do what they're meant to do, that is educate the public, and we must demand that of political parties, then really the caucus of this world, or the former caucus of this world, will have very little traction in politics, because we would have done our job, which is to educate the public, and that means they can make informed decisions. The problem we get within politics here, operate these kind of maneuvers. So let's open this thing up. Let's do the job we're supposed to be doing, educate our public. And then we can expect our public to make informed decisions. And I assure you, when they make informed decisions, the coca end of the politics will cease to be. Because people then go, no, they don't see, then go, sabi waiting, then they decide, and waiting, they go on. This is where we talk about transparency. And this is where we talk about political accountability. These are things also that in many ways, if you like, covered, obfuscated in these recommendations or what have you that they're trying to do. And that brings us to another point, to get back to the original question. You know, we seem to be almost dismissive of the implications of these recommendations. I don't know whether una remember the part of the tripartite recommendation related to political parties and the operation of political parties. They were supposed to consult political parties about significant issues. To this day, that national consultation has not been done. So that's one of the flaws too with regards to the recommendation.
As we run out of time, we'll, definitely we'll get you back another time here. You know, talk about, just for clear, I know say that not the first time this one can come and talk. People will understand again the personality of who that we talk with, if you actually in a civil society, a politician, or just a concerned union, if you could.
Glibly, I was going to say all three. Right. Insofar, you know, I don't. First of all, I don't think it's possible to operate here without being touched by politics or being part of civil society. Listen, what I want to see is a just, a liberated, a prosperous Sierra Leone. I want to see a Sierra Leone where we don't move from the dark ages of the political skullduggery. We don't play in this country now. I want to see a nation where we're prosperous. We can have something other than a corrupt government. And to do that, we must clean our politics. And I think, I mean, you said to some people then, we need political hygiene in this country. Yeah. From a personal perspective, my sole interest is to ensure that me and me people then, we deliver. In other words, I'm not in pursuit to be president or prime minister of this country. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to build an organization that will ensure that whoever is in power. So from that perspective, what you like, but I will tell you what we are going to do. We are engaged in transforming this nation from the nightmare that we've just emerged from to something that we can be proud of. That is the purpose of our entire pursuit here, and it's long overdue. But this is not a propaganda campaign. What I want to say is this: potentially, Sierra Leone has a remarkable future. I'll tell you which, briefly. You see this country here. Everything that of significance has happened to this continent, from slavery, colonialism, the various problems that we get, tribalism, the civil war, epidemics, all that don't happen here.
And even the first civilization, Egypt.
Exactly. Well, there you go. There you go. But what I'm saying is this: in this relatively small country, Naya, we have all the what you might call the problem. To be able to solve that, Naya, we would have the master key to solve the problem of this continent. And that is something that's unique to Sierra Leone. And we must understand we're in an epoch where we can deliver not just for Salon, but for this continent. Nobody no go say when we change our Salon, they can begin conquer the rest of Africa. No. But Sierra Leone can be an example that can be emulated. So let we not be afraid. I can remind people in the 1700s was when Woman them votes na Salonia. Do you know in America and UK, it was in the 1920s. 300 years after woman they no votes now, 9 them votes. So it's not new for us to lead the charge in this matter. What do we try to do now? Now for lead a new dispensation. But listen, a country to emerge from slavery, from colonialism, is no small thing. But to emerge from colonialism and slavery and have the resilience where we get and have the potential where we get now is remarkable. Let us not from we miss this opportunity. We can say something that is profound to this continent. In case you know, I'm a deep Pan-Africanist. And Sierra Leone is in a position where we can do something remarkable for this continent as well as for this nation. And I think that...
Yeah, I'm happy you brought the idea of, to say you're Pan-African. What kind of lessons or lesson will borrow from this Pan-Africanist icon, the living one, for example, the Ibrahim Traoré?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Listen, I'm not sure if you agree with this, but let me say this. Traoré in Burkina Faso, Kenny in Niger, and Goita in Mali. Let me tell you what they have done. They've repositioned politics in Africa. I know, and this thing, I want to make this brief point. We talk about democracy, but many people do not understand fully what democracy is. There are three main, if you like, tributaries of democracy. Representative democracy, which is what you see in the West, which lends itself to a fantastic degree of corruption, whether it be in America, in UK, even here in Sierra Leone. Representative democracy is the most corrupt aspect of democracy. But look at the other two options, direct and participatory democracy. What you have in the Sahel countries are examples of direct and participatory democracy. Now, there are people, there are thousands of people that they surround the president in residence for protect him. That is participatory and direct democracy.
We have a documentary. I went there roughly, I think, 2 months ago. We have a documentary that is coming by the end of this month. You will see how Burkina Faso changed in a relatively
Yes.
small period of time. And
Yes.
you will see the passion. I agree with you. It's direct participatory democracy. The people are
Exactly.
involved. People
Yes.
literally they own the revolution. They involve in
There you
all
go.
aspects of the work. The government. It's like the the, the current government. It's not a democracy as we say they elected him, bro. It's just like psychological. People just believe, yeah, this is ours,
Mm.
and this is it. And then I think that spells a lot,
That
rather
is
than for us to have a
participatory democracy.
borrowed.
You see, Komon-Tok now, the point this side make. We have become infatuated with representative democracy. And one of the fundamentals of the representative democracy, any side where you go, underneath representative democracy is almost always corruption. You cannot show me one, and here I take America as an example of representative democracy. Look out, corrupt to the core. Take
All
difference in
right.
governance when you deal about direct and participatory democracy. And that is what we have. That is what is emerging in Africa. This speaks directly to the concept of Ubuntu. And here we need to begin to look at that philosophy in terms of organizing our nations, Ubuntu. And that is where you find participatory democracy and direct democracy at their purest.
All right.
That is the direction
Okay.
we have to head, and that is the
Thank you
solution.
very much. We'll have to stop the program at this junction now. So, Fambo, if you
Okay.
just a journey for the we probably go on for stay because people are going for call and we get a lot of people messages around come. We want for read perhaps people want and get question for you if you don't mind for spare some time. This we on parts don't do as you know you don't follow the program so we do we now
Yes.
we really get the tripartite. We talk the guest talk, the people that
Yes.
talk.
Exactly.
So Bambule, we
True.
can't give the line for like you can talk, for like you can tell we what we don't know or what we know your rates. If you just join with today, we deal with Mr. Wadi Williams, where this now the people that will lead the delegation for going to ECOWAS and then go sue the Salon government for the disaggregated data and then say at any time from now, then they get a ruling from ECOWAS. Well, we don't know whether it will favor them or it will favor the government. We'll definitely keep on posted, I'm sure. Then we'll come back to the platform and share with me. And we will take a short break where we can like turn for talk. But they can just snap and bullet.
Excellent. Thank you.
Another pure sensation. Get ready to groove, dine in style, and witness a groundbreaking debut. It's the dinner, dance, and platform show where elegance meets energy and the future takes flight. A night to dine, a night to dance, a night to launch and take a chance on June 13th. Step into the scene, All Saints Central, where the moment becomes magic. Where the moment becomes magic.
An unforgettable convergence. Celebrate the official launch of our booking platform in an atmosphere charged with music, flavor, and inspiration. This is not just an event, it's a movement. Komon-Tok platform. Event details.
Well, grand dinner dance, booking platform launch Saturday, June 13, 2020. Swear Olsen Community Centre, 105 New Crossroad, London, say 14, 5 DJ. Tickets.
Early bird.
Feast now.
Standard at the gate.
Yes now.
Spectrum.
Show your support.
We gonna early bird.
London, say 14, 5 DJ. London, say 14,
Right. So yes,
5
Pambo,
DJ.
we can do the line for let's add the voice to the conversation. Love you hear from you. We can put the we can put the line up. We can put the line up. Okay. All right, that's the number on the screen, +447935130044. That's not the number for call and make your contribution. Once they wait for calls and for Kainsai, now we probably start with the comments there, and then we go take a day. We get this one coming from Sissy Cole. When from YouTube, what they say, God bless you with plenty, but the greedy and corrupt politicians are keeping us in backwardness. Bootlickers are still clapping for bad politicians who keep brainwashing them. And this one they come up from Mohammed Conte, where they say, Wadi, I attended the Cathedral Boys School at Victoria Park with Wadi Williams, and always wondering if I have always been listening from primary school mates, for which I am so much happy thing to know. All right. Anyway. All right. Okay. Let's just go on the comments and let's go on the phone line. We'll start for ad calls there. Yes. We get Jibila from New Jersey. Thank you for joining us. You get a platform.
Mr. Komon-Tok, good evening. Mr. Wadi, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I can admire our courage. And this courage will yield a lot of dividend in the future. This movie get for done. It is done. Now movie with the pastor, but it is done. We'll be in 1991. We get a civil war in Sierra Leone. It done ma 2001. So the point what I want to ask Mr. Wadi is that what bring we come to this point? Why we come to this point where we're not able to forget results for 2023? And then I want to know the people that were responsible for this outside the SLPP, because we know see them was in call if there any other key players that were responsible outside the SLPP. Then waiting at the way forward now in 2028, or if it's possible for able to forget this result, because everybody talk about electoral justice. Electoral justice possible before 2028, or what we for do not repeat this thing inside 2028. God bless you all.
All right, thank you very much. It did take note on that. Let me just take this one again. This one, okay. Right, let me add this one. It's a long one there. Aruna Davis says, the threshold is not the problem, sir. I disagree with you. All countries around the world that practice in the PR are practicing parliamentary system, not presidential system. So if we want the PR system, let's change from presidential system to parliamentary. Why are we fixing something that is not broken? Why do we want to change a system that the voters are comfortable with? Why are they taking the will of the people to choose who they want to become their MP? That's a good one there, but we add another one. Yes, call outside the call from.
Good evening, Mr. Osman Kago. Good evening to your panelists. This is Joseph Simam, a reporter for Dr. Sabra Kamaga Supporters Blog, Sierra Leone.
Okay, thank you for joining us. You get the platform. Wadi Williams will listen to you.
Yeah, thank you once more again for the good work. Yeah, the thing here we want for say concerning about this tripartite, like what for tell them plenty thank you. You know, there's something going on here where people themselves, you know, then they fail to understand, say the right thing must be done inside Sierra Leone. People go say either this thing where they go on electoral justice or tripartite the whole water. According to the recommendation, the tripartite will not start on the 18th. We fall on Sunday. I want for so and tell people away then they listen to we this hour. Say this again for whole water and they hand it over. Let people and just stand by the door except for the handing overs of power. Please, Rwanda, Sierra Leone.
What do you mean by
You know.
handing over? What do you mean by handing over? What do you mean?
Because power get for transfer soon by the special grace of God. Because of the ruling we get for come out of the ECOWAS and the United Nations, then get for favor the people, and because of 2023 election, Dr. Wadi Williams.
Would I put on would I can go the case now United Nations? We know about ECOWAS, but United Nations, who's an come out?
Hello, come again.
I said the United Nations, who's our incomers? We know about the ECOWAS, I mean, could bring kind of people at the progressive Naya. The United Nations, who's our their incomers? Because we know everybody United Nations.
Then come Sierra Leone. All right. They can meet with the APC executives.
Yeah, thank you very much. My brother, now we add another voice. Wadi Williams will answer you. Yeah, we'll take another voice. Yes. Okay, we missed this one. Yes, what outside they called from? Okay, family, look like say we don't miss Wadi Williams. Please not bear me, let's check on again behind the scene because I get for answer some of these questions. It don't go offline. I think in network we say they get an issue. La put sooner on how they come. La just call them behind the scene. Quick one. They come.
Don't just attend, take part in the sensation. Take part in the launch. Book your tickets now. +44 74576.
All right, so certainly, as always, the internet nas alone is something else. So I think there is an issue with Wadi Williams in connectivity there. New, and we already don't see we used to, right? Even though it's difficult for like used to annoying thing. Anyway, let me take one comment then, quick one. Perhaps we connect good. And this one, Bintu, thank you for joining us. This one, they come up from Julius. He said, thank you, Mr. Wadi Williams, for taking this matter to ECOWAS court. Alusan to already say, what's pleasant moment to have Mr. Williams on this platform. And this one they come from Khadija, where they say, Mr. Komon-Tok, thanks for having this knowledgeable and Salomon who cares deeply for Sierra Leone and people. Yeah, thank you. And this one they come up from at J, Mr. Komon-Tok, we are where you pull that close now for seven for me. Banging for FSH. Thanks. No problem. Interesting. FSH then we allow you for like this. All right. So Fambule, all right. We apologize for the internet connectivity. Wadi Williams for continue for answer on our questions and expand for as soon as they see our network connectivity. Kelvin says thank you very much for joining us. As always, yes, of course, KK, thank you for joining us. Yeah, Kids K, thank you for joining us. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's just probably take one more call. Naya. Chief Kailondo, thank you for joining us. You get the platform.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Komon-Tok. How you doing, boss?
Good. Glory. And yourself?
I can like when you can bring this to big brother and the program.
Okay.
You know, Sierra Leone issue, at least we get man that we know what's in the problem now, Salo. But you see, we the people and now get problem now, Salo. Because if we get man that we competent, we reliable, you know, we know the focus on them. And I they talk about this Remembrance Day again. I do a very
What you line be you line be the break. You line be the break. You line be the break. You say what's in?
I said like I'm going to be talk about because we go now get about it we being fed for democracy as you know. So this Remembrance Day, at least it go don't bring some safe haven for Sierra Leone. And we do the try for tell the politician then, let them left for saying a senseless war. If we talk about Remembrance Day, let's senseless war, not day again. Now tell PPRC, let them stop. Now they're not going to be able to tell them. And we give God, I will tell them, let continue for fight for true democracy in Sierra Leone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll take another voice. Yes, call outside the call from.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I call from the United States.
Thank you, sir, for joining us. You got the platform.
Yes. Yeah. First of all, I will congratulate Mr. Wadi Williams for the effort. It's like the BM foot, the fella, the before foot. You will come out salon, we born salon. You go know where Wadi Williams, where you talk of construction, the engineering construction company. So we know that, we know them. We'll keep on the good fight. By God in power, we as patriotic citizens them will get we wish. But nobody will come pull we by the nose and come in a civilized country like that. You come, you say you go all election, you don't get results, then you declare a winner, they use me like this. I don't know how people then they feel. Then they talk about they just take two parties no more for make this thing. It's a pattern way they talk not about special invitation. Any patriotic party leader will be no say he agrees this thing not correct. If you for join this tripartite. But I mean, yeah, you know, Salon case you had for talk. Would they pray God no more, let God help with. And they say this not a God no more, but like now anything that is dunya na God. Let God help with. God go pull whip on this. By God in power.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Let God help with. But thank you very much for the audience, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Let God help with quick. Like you always like for others. All right, let's just take two more comments here, then we say goodbye. This one, because Wadi Williams not able to join me, I don't know when, and time done the big, beat me a little bit here. And and tomorrow and give a go. And James Musa, they say, Mr. Komon-Tok, Salon politician are wicked, all of them, but this regime is the worst. And this one, they come up from Salon Women. They say, Brother Wadi and progressive team are already winning, are already winners, taking a bold step. The next generation will thank them for laying a foundation to hold government accountable. May God bless the movement. All right. Okay. Probably this will be the last call for tonight. Yes, caller. Outside the call from.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Komon-Tok. I call from you.
Yeah, Ahmed, thank you. You get 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, but as always, usual, please, I encourage family members for continue for support this program. You see, with the city, how the analysis, of course, some of them facts that we bring. I want to say thanks to Mr. Wadi Williams. These are the few people that will get Sierra Leone today, where they see the wrong thing and they stick to that. But when they form this progressive, some of them then get some, they follow them now. Most of them inside this progressive, then get some dodgy things and think about the 2023 election. We will not see them can't support someone that directs. They know they don't declare that. They want to stand, which they believe say wrong. And that's the make out so much respect this man. Even when they be old and sad, they speak. So now that's, if we all think that way, what we think is what's happened is wrong, is wrong. If we not correct them now, what's not we end product tomorrow? What you go for tell people they get on board? Which story will they carry? Which references will we make tomorrow when we talk about the election? When we go to the archive, we see 2010, we see all the elections for 2023, nothing. How about that, for God's sake? And then see how they talk about. When people they say, hey, that's what's happening is wrong. I'm not condone the wrong thing. And how do we remove this wrong? We'll pray, let God help, we'll pray for Salud. And that thing they can pick me up. Let's pray for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is a country. Then they go pray in nation. We will not pray for Sierra Leone. But they go to God to pray for can make Sierra Leone. Where God don't bring as brilliant people they. We will not take the destiny that we have. For God's sake. We believe. We are the talks are the pray. Some people they go to church and they are fervent Christians.
Right. Ahmed, thank you very much.
It is you as a human being.
We had the last call for tonight. Thank you, Ahmed. We take Concern Sierra Leone and will be the last call. Okay, thank God, Mr. William don't come back on the line. Yes, Concern Sierra Leone, you get a platform. You get 2 minutes.
Yeah, Mr. Komon-Tok, thank you so much for the good work and thanks to Mr. Williams. You know, a lot of people might look at and say, Mr. Williams in the fight for Samora Kamara, but no, they are not. They are fighting in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone. You know, for now, when our APC then our opposition, it will look like for say, now in the interest of the opposition, well, Samora Kamara now the flag bearer, but now for the interest of the people. We all now the only right that one will get as a citizen, because as far as me concerned, them so-called politicians here, both APC, SLPP, don't take every right where the people of Salon get. We all see somebody go grab a claim saying a civil society all of a sudden. That not the last defense will be get, or the second to last defense will be get. Civil societies, the way they speak on behalf of the people. But to not be no say themselves now semi-politicians them. Themselves, I see they don't the waiting self. They find themselves under either APC or SLPP now the strategy that so the only power where the people of Salon get now for vote for choose the leader. And this government come and take away that power they from them. Our election go there, results not there. If now SLPP be the opposition, so then people are take their stance here and so beaucoup people themselves for they look at and say, oh, now the interest of SLPP then they fight for, but no, then they fight in the interest of the people. Let me tell you something, Mr. Komon-Tok. You see what happens so that country, then a bad precedent, you know, don't set up so that country. We always wait to go now with the constitutional review, with waiting the one bring come. You go, they say APC not get knowledge, they not get idea, with waiting they go on and they act like for say they're dumb, they're stupid. No. Now bet them they said for SLPP, for let them succeed, let them say, well, all them lawyers now bring and come, we just can't implement them. And if that happens, you know, they favor the people of Salon. Now they don't interest them, the politicians them. It's bad for set them precedent. Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you.
Yeah, Tolangi not good. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. All right. Okay. For tonight, I think that will be the last call. Probably let's see. Okay, we don't miss this one. Okay. All right. Okay. You get me loud and clear, right?
I get you now. The visual no more get problem.
We miss you. You get me? You be listen to the call say, right?
Yeah, I not get the visuals though, the video, but I get the sound.
Okay, all right. So if you want to respond to the call say, we come. Step by call same across the world. Well, you go respond to the one the way you agree, and the rest then go forgive you.
Well, basically, I'm going to be very difficult. I think all the call that we come through, there's one consistent waiting call. I think, say, if not all, then most don't recognize, say, there's something wrong with our politics, something wrong with the reality in Catalonia. So, dear Ona, forgive me if I make a general comment as opposed to response to each and individual one of them, because I've missed some of the questions when I've been put forward. But waiting, I think, is important. We get for begin to learn how, as citizens, we can take back the responsibility for the country. You know, this na age where possible we be passive about how this country go before. If we not engage with the politics now, there's only one way we can go, and that is further downwards. Then can say one of the most difficult things is to be at the base and still going down. But Salone deserves not just a better government, but we deserve a better reality for we people there. And when I say better, I mean a reality where we can say, we can at last say, look, we can begin trust with government. We can begin expect and demand, say, with government for behave in a particular way. We cannot have a government that its signature, and I say it thief all side, or it oppress people all side. That is not what Sierra Leone is about. And nobody will tell me, say, we don't get people in this country, yeah. We can fashion a government that is genuinely democratic, with genuine integrity. Well, I give you three pillars then where we get for look at. If we want for progress in our Salone, we need a government that is made up of people with ability, with integrity, and deep patriotism. Until we get that combination there, we will get the problems we will get so. The absence of integrity now cripple this country. Yeah. And when you think about this, no matter how wonderful people them in our government, if they don't get integrity, the government could fail. If you get government where people they not really love this country and the people, and I use this term "love this country" as a means of defining patriotism. If you don't get people that were genuinely patriotic, then this government could fail. And believe you me, we don't taste the bitter fruit of failure for too many decades now. Duyabu, as fellow citizens, let we team up and begin shape Salone where we reflect with deepest desires, with deepest dreams them. Almost people and don't suffer, don't die even for change Salone. But you don't eat them, let we team up and say, you know what, now this kind of Salone we want, now this kind of government we want. Now, so we want with government for perform. And if they don't perform that, they will pull them. Here we get government, we really reflect the genuine aspirations of we Sierra Leoneans. And I say so, mainly for embrace all the very, very powerful things the way people don't say today. Because one of the things we run through with all man don't say, now love for this nation, yeah. Everyone we don't talk to. But the problem where we get, we all cared desperately for this nation, but only now we don't begin shape the vehicle we go up for deliver. And I hope say, but Komon-Tok, I know I make you aid too big, but what you want to do so is absolutely critical if we want to move forward. We need platforms like this where go allow the people then for express themselves, or look at these issues and begin to form ideas that can move this nation forward. I hope say, even though it's a generalized statement, I hope say that at least could begin address some of the issues that way people are not talking about today.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate your presence on the platform tonight, and definitely we go look forward for get the latest from ECOWAS at when the time available. Well, Fambul, if you just join me on the program today, we look at the ECOWAS courts. The case between Sierra Leone government and the progressive, who side on day now and waiting than they expect. And we also touch on briefly on the ongoing constitutional review. We be there with, and we still there with Mr. Wadi Williams. We're now a progressive member, one of the people we lead the park for the case go court. Well, tomorrow,
yes,
hopefully. And we go there back again. You got anything you want to add? Any before we say goodbye?
Well, all I want to say is you guys are champions. And whenever it is you want to engage with me or my colleagues in the Progressive, please feel free to contact us. We'll be only too proud to be part of this process. Leonano say, una really are impacting on what's happening in Salonia. And I speak as someone with there. Not of us say, so I speak about what is happening here on the ground. And today we talk about the ECOWAS issue, we talk about the constitutional recommendations, so on and so forth. But over and above that, Bo, if we now look at the quality of life of Boko people, I mean, we not talk about the Kush issue, we not talk about all the anything, but it is very, very difficult now for Boko people there. I swear. We will say in Salona, if you can't, you see how some people in the live now, so you'll have tears in your eyes. We Sierra Leoneans, we deserve better. And I don't care what anybody say, we will get better. Whatever it takes to transform this nation, how will you do it? And I think that's the least we can say about Salon. So, I want to quote one person with Bawin and Emil Kakabel. Aluta continue, the struggle continues.
Yeah, the struggle continues.
And that's no more I really get for say. Salon deserves the best of our children.
Indeed, Sierra Leone deserve better, and we all effort. And myself want to tell the Komon-Tok platform people, we always like what people in the Sundays. I mean, shower praise to we, Mr. Komon-Tok, this, that. The real people that we deserve this, I feel saying, are the people that we come every blessed day. Matter, every blessed day. Well, one tonight, there's some escape. For people in there, every blessed day, every day in the wait, every blessed day. That in itself, it mind blowing. It move you. The spirits, the connect, where things and they synchronize, the synergy between we and like what I can say, like-minded.
Yes.
Some psychologists, many researchers, and I don't confirm, say, if maybe they think alike, not to say not by accident. It's purely based on biological traits, based on the within. So if you and person become friends, it's not a coincidence. It's made how the mind, is how nature programmed the mind. So it's like this word then can say like-minded. Look like say most of the people that with the kaya, we all they share that it's the like-minded, which is a good thing. That's for let the country go before. Just like what they say Salone deserve better.
Yes.
And indeed, the people of Salone then deserve, therefore live like, I will put on like queen and kings, given everything we God give you. For live like kings and queens. No question about that. It's just that to enable get the right leadership. Again, as always, anytime Unas ever reach out to we, the platform will open, and we happy for bring on account to now. Bring on account to the people there.
Wonderful.
All right, so finally, family, by the end of this month, God willing, that documentary what we go do na Burkina Faso, it don't 99.9% already. It's your imagine more go 99.9% it already. So it just left small twackings. There's small thing I'm gonna for put. So I mean, maybe it's on the, I don't know if it's the gravy or I don't know if it's the Maggi. I don't know, I don't know if the Abbas, but whatever the case may be, will be rest assured, say 99.9% will not reach down there. I tell you now, impossible for us to spend that money, that time for go do all that, and then we just left and so. I know the Wawa be they do live, or be they do pancreas. Now for let people in the sea, because it's different from the way we do on documentary. That one in for let and say seeing is believing, now be they see the gun. And plenty things don't take place there, even as we talk sooner. Imagine, so many development don't take place. But when I can't see first this one, and we will be taken from there. We just want to down the camp, appetize and see how Burkina Faso don't transform within the shortest possible time, and then you can make a judgment whether actually, Sierra Leone deserve more than that. Until then, bye bye.
Salute. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not Komon-Tok. In case you don't know.
One night only.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Komon-Tok platform. Dine, dance, slum, celebrate. June 13, 2020, let's be there. A night of pure sensation. Get ready to groove, dine in style and witness a groundbreaking debut. It's the dinner, dance and platform show, where elegance meets energy and the future takes flight. A night to dine, a night to dance, a night to launch and take a chance. On June 13th, step into the scene on St. Central, where the moment becomes magic. Unforgettable, bright and magic. An unforgettable convergence. Celebrate the official launch of our book and platform. In an atmosphere charged with music, flavor, and inspiration. This is not just an event, it's a movement. Komon-Tok platform. Event details, 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 yeah. Event details, details, yeah, yeah. Event details, details, yeah, yeah. Event details, yeah. What? Grand dinner dance, book and platform launch. When Saturday, June 13, 2020, where All Saints Community Center, 105 New Crossroad, London, say 45 DJ. Tickets, early bird, be small. Standard at the gate, 6 to platform. Show your support. Don't just attend, take part in the sensation. Take part in the launch. Book your tickets now. Book your tickets now. You Komon-Tok. Triple out, one night only. Oh yeah. Komon-Tok platform. Dine, dance, slum, celebrate. June 13, 2020, let's be there. A night of pure sensation. Get ready to groove, dine in style and witness a groundbreaking debut. It's the dinner, dance and platform show, where elegance meets energy and the future takes flight. A night to dine, a night to dance, a night to launch and take a chance. On June 13th, step into the scene on St. Central, where the moment becomes magic. Unforgettable, bright and magic. An unforgettable convergence. Celebrate the official launch of our book and platform. In an atmosphere charged with music, flavor, and inspiration. This is not just an event, it's a movement. Komon-Tok platform. Event details, 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 yeah. Event details, details, yeah, yeah. Event details, details, yeah, yeah. Event details, yeah. What? Grand dinner dance, book and platform launch. When Saturday, June 13, 2020, where All Saints Community Center, 105 New Crossroad, London, say 45 DJ. Tickets, early bird, be small. Standard at the gate, 6 to platform. Show your support. Just attend, take part in the sensation. Take part in the launch. Book your tickets now. Book your tickets now. You Komon-Tok.
Triple out, one night only. Oh yeah, Komon-Tok platform. Dine, dance, slum, celebrate. June 13, 2020, let's be there. A night of pure sensation. Get ready to groove, dine in style and witness a groundbreaking debut. It's the dinner, dance and platform show, where elegance meets energy and the future takes flight. A night to dine, a night to dance, a night to launch and take a chance. On June 13th, step into the scene on St. Central, where the moment becomes magic. Unforgettable, call that magic. An unforgettable convergence. Celebrate the official launch of our book and platform. In an atmosphere charged with music, flavor, and